Questions and comments? The Honourable Member for Brome-Missisquoi. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. My question is for my colleague. I would like to know if is at the end of the small is beautiful concept, particularly for farmers. Will Bill C-14 directly threaten small producers and small markets, if I understood correctly, who will have more difficulty in the future standing out? This is a bill that gives more power to people who see the prioritization of small markets and to the benefit of majors. In my riding, there are lots of small berries that are cultivated, for example, and they'll no longer be able to market effectively, if I've understood correctly. Also, in terms of small and medium-sized businesses, if we penalize markets, once again, SMEs will have a harder time getting supply contracts because will no longer be able to give priority to small local businesses. So I'd like to ask my colleague, in terms of farmers and small and medium-sized businesses, if it's going to cause more harm than good. The Honourable Member for Rimouski-Neigette, Témiscouata-les-Basques. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and I thank my colleague as well. In fact, the question is not really to know as to whether it or not it will cause problems. It's more really looking to the very heart of internal or domestic trade issues. It's more an issue of seeing if there are possible problems in the future, and if we could use that agreement to consider, for example, that Quebec's practices in terms of supply, management, and marketing could be challenged by one province that's not necessarily a dairy producer, but wants to get into that market by having its product marketed as a milk substitute. So, and once again, I'm dealing with the agricultural sector, but to have an internal trade agreement could impose, say, labeling rules and marketing rules, and so it's possible that we would get off track with some of these. So we have to look at this. Now, that hasn't happened. We haven't gotten off track yet, but it doesn't mean that it wouldn't happen in the future. But this means that we could have provinces or territories contravening a decision of the compliance panel and convince them perhaps not to protect things or businesses that are essential to Quebec or someone else.